You raise something very critical about it. I write to express my freedom of expression. I read a post on social media, I think yesterday night. Ethi la South Africa mawuke wavuleleka wakhuluma ngento. Example, ungizwe mkhulu. You get arrested or something happens to you. Do you have that fear?
Angimasabi.
Zonlandela imihla ngemihla kofanele ligcine nihayile ziyobukeleka phansi. Kuyothatha isikhathi ukuba ihlonipheke nokubeka kuhle etafuleni ngazo kuyothatha iminyaka. Kodwa nifanele ukudika ibala kofanele ligcine nihayile kuyofanele nisuthise imphefumulo. Noma sebekuphikisa uzubatshela ukuthi izinkondlo ziyaphilisa. Asinibingeleleke futhi siphinde sinamukele kolunye uhlelo noma isiqephu esiyingqayizivele lona ku season 2 wezinkondlo ziyaphilisa. Igama lami uNtokozo starring ngwakwaZulu. Namhlanje ke ngithobeke kakhulu, ngimenyiwe futhi sengiyamenywa ke kule season. Abantu bangibiza bathi ngivakashela uzohlala nami lapha engisuke ngicomfortable khona. Umfethu engihleli nalana umpoka amahlase lona engimazi kudalo siqhamuka naye ngapha masigibela uM2 siwela uthuko la sibhekele uSfundo lona engihleli naye umfoka Sibisi ongibizela sicela ngimvakashela sizoxoxa sazana kangcono ngenxa ke yalolu chungechunge esinalo lezinkondlo ziyaphilisa lapho siwe sikhona sihleli nosonkondlo sikhuluma ngomsebenzi sikhuluma ngabo nezinto abazenzayo kulo mkhakha wenkondlo. Mfoka amahlase sawubona
ndaba njani
siyaphila njani mfethu?
Sikhona
awusibingeleleke ngale ndlela vele okwaziwa ngawo like how sibingelelana kanje.
My soul is a bit dark, so please bear with me as I hold up the light for the street that carried me, and if I have got luck, let it be the same black that buries me alongside Tongaletu and my forefathers who fought for me. I raise my fist up high and yell out Amandla Ngawethu to the people, because I know what it means to me to wake up in the morning with a pocket full of dreams and not see them come to reality. The pain I feel for my people can last for up until a century, so my generation can feed off the fury and the fire that burns inside of me. Peace be upon brothers Malcolm, Stevie and Huey. It is because of you that I walk around with a Uzi ready for them in case they try to do me the same way they did Marcus Garvey, Brother Jamal and Poa. See, freedom is a birthright, it is not something that the government owes to us. So are you standing in line to cast your vote for the next president? I'll be on the same black spray painting the government because we took the fall for the Maracana massacre. Is it me, or did we lose more police officers when Babitele became commissioner? Asiyeke lapho asikhuluma kakhulu.
Yeah mfethu
sasikhuluma indaba.
Abantu abaningi abangazi bazi ukuthi wena nje uSfundo Sibisi, abazi ukuthi the village kid. Liqhamuka phela igama.
Well, before ngibo village benkade nguSfundo. Before ngibo Sfundo umkhulu before ngibo uMahlomeka ngoba qala nguMahlomeka owakhula amabhuni ngewisi yabo. uMahlomeka wakhula amabhuni ngewisi
wahlula amabhuni ngewisi.
Kusho ngakithi wena mfethu khona indawo ekuthiwa seHlimbithu umfula wangakithi kunendawo yangakhona enameva kakhulu khona inkunzi yakithi ekade ibambeke khona. So ngihamba ngifike ngayikhipha mina to make it very short. So mangabe kubuywa umkhulu wathi akahlomela mfana kaSipho, so ngabe uMahlomeka kanjalo, ngabe uMahlomeka nje kanjalo.
Uma uthi ngakithi kuphi ngakithi?
Ekhaya kaMaphumulo esigodini seMabomvini kwamenyezwayo. Ekhaya ithi impela ebisi.
Uyazwakala nje mawukhuluma futhi ke ukukhuluma nje iqiniso lento eyichaza khona ipost okwayifaka Facebook. Iyayichaza ukuthi wena usuke kuphi kanjani. Ngayifunda yonke ngayiqeda, and I think yenye izinto ezangineza idea ukuthi why uzothi wena u-village kid.
Yebo
into engisho
ukuthi it comes from la
usithatha pho
isingisi ubaba uyayithanda isingisi wefunda Sowetan efunda kick off. Mina, I never wanted to be a rapper or wanted to be like an entertainer. Okay, I wanted to entertain in some extent because I wanted to do sport commentary, like like ubaba uZondo. Woza Weekend. There was my stick. That was me. I could, me and that guy. So like I wanted to be that guy, and then my dad always made me read Kickoffs magazines, like Duma magazines. So the passion of reading grew from then.
Are you into sports?
No, never. No.
How come you're going to commentate sports-related content?
Because my dad had a soccer team.
Oh, wow.
And I felt like, no, I could comment whenever the people were playing. I was standing there next to my dad and I was like, I could comment like that. Like, so that sounded to me, I could use words like rapidly, like and over time I met my father passed away in 2001 and ngasuka ekhaya ehlala khona ngawohlala eMontclair mina ngathi ngihlala eMlazi sisuke emabomvini sahlala eMlazi ngasuka mina eMlazi ngahlala esekhaya eMontclair kamamkhulu emva kwashona kwababa and then lapho ke umamkhulu wangithatha wangifundisa kwesinye isikole la engengize ngisibalule kodwa lapho ngafunda khona ke isilungu
usabani isikole yini ungasisho
ngoba manje vele kube sengathi usho isikole ufunde kusona engathi mhlawumbe untswempu yabo kanti nje ayikho leshandisi isikole so yeah.
So have you always seen yourself as a rapper? Because
it was until wait, I have to explain the Quicksand name because I'm also a Quicksand. There's a rap name. Wait.
Mangaka amagama akho Sfundo.
Okay, it's Mahlomega, Quicksand, The Village Kid, and then Sfundo. Yeah, so yeah, I have four names.
Wow.
Yeah. So Quicksand is the rapper. Oh my God, you don't wanna, but you can, you know. He battles, he raps, he freestyles. That guy is just amazing, But in 2015, I decided, you know, this guy is not making money. He's just making noise. Like everybody loves him, like, but he's not making money. Like, he's not. He's just like lovable, but he's not payable. And so I had to reinvent myself.
Yeah.
And part of the reinvention was going back to where I'm from.
Yes.
And I had to choose a name that accommodates me as an individual first, a name that's gonna last forever, and also a name that resonates with the people that come from where I come from.
And embraces what you originally
So the village kid, the following down, basically. It's so, anyone. Now you're a village kid.
Yeah.
Village kid.
So
it's a village kid.
I'm interested in knowing Gutin. Do you think when about village kid wako? Okay, no, angibuza ukuthi uyabhala ngesiZulu?
Ngiyabhala ngesiZulu ukuthi angibhali kwakona isikhathi esiningi. Inkondlo ne-rap. Quicksand wasn't making money because he wasn't writing raps. He was just like coming through to the studio and freestyling and making a song, boom, bang, sicko, record stats, it's gone, He was never like a constructive rapper. But I'm experiencing the same thing with writing poetry, because when I began in 2016 to take poetry very seriously, I wanted to write it, to take it seriously, but I couldn't. So what happens is I get into song and I stay in song for like a couple of weeks, and I get into song again maybe for the next couple of weeks, and I stay in that song, and maybe by the end of a month or the end of the cycle I have like a full 16 bars or a full poem or whatever. So most of the poems I write, my poem book is not here, I write like maybe one stanza, and then when I perform it's like the rest, it's like coming, you know, it's like it's like oh, it's a poem.
Yeah.
It's like I can't describe it. I don't know. I just get into it and it gets into me.
Have you recorded as Quicksand? Is there any recorded content in the form of an EP?
As Quicksand, there was a poem I released in 2014 or 2013. Nangaphosisi ebizwa ngemuntu yoloji, which was nominated for original material award.
Oh mama.
Yeah. That's why I call it. Let's say when I say so ayanda makhukhule. Yeah. So I remember I was me Kwazi, Celestial Mike, a couple of other people were nominated for best poets and best performance. Yeah, but that's not where I actually started in this poetry thing. Like there was a session at TUT, UNISA, and there was a guy called DJ Dash Shutulani. He actually discovered me. He was the guy that found me when I was like, No, I want you to come on Igagasi. Then I went on Igagasi in 2008. Yeah, right after high school. Way too old. So I went and did the show with King Sfundo.
Yeah.
Moonchild Saneli, Slash Fire, the other Slash Fire, the other dark-skinned one.
Not
Smiso. And I was Sakila the Poets. We were like this team. So I was Kalawa sister. So we were all just vibing with Ulo Kunjana or King Sfundo. And that's how people got to know the poem Muntiology and nominated it.
Do you still remember the poem?
Yeah. I remember the poem.
Snippets.
It's seen to be an African way of life. Umuntu is God's creation and design. Ntu is a spirit traveling through space and time to intertwine the flesh with the mind, so that Umuntu may exist and his sin may persist and God's lights can shine within the dark mist of the homes of those who roam but don't believe. So when I pray that those who believe in me keep me in their prayers. In these last days of slavery and famine, we are trapped in a system that betrays us. Our leaders have failed us and turned against us, so hence we rebellious. What once stood as an enemy for our forefathers is now furthered by foreigners who came here in a boat, looking for lost treasure, but instead they found privatized when their face touched the ground. And ever since then, Lady Gaia has been on fire and Godona has been upset, all because all of her children forgot about them cool and when they went to church. So when happening people, I communicate with my ancestors, but as soon as they see smoke, they classify my way of life as witchcraft.
Yeah. Tell me about your energy. Ever since ngikwazi wena. Akaze ngifice nje ukuthi wena umuntu eloji. Uhlezi.
Well, I think bam. I think ngehlisa umoya. Yo.
Pass me the lighter.
Where's my
lighter?
Energy. I'll say this on the interview because I want people to actually know I'm not always like this.
Yeah.
I'm not always a happy person. Nah. Way. I'm very depressed. In fact, I've been to 3 or 4 psycho treatment, what hospitals. Yeah, that's how really I get into the other parts of being an artist. You know, but I survived it, man. I'm cool. I'm here. And in fact, I'm proud that God showed me that about myself. That I'm not always. My biggest challenge is identifying when I'm sick or when I'm being myself. You know, like
I would like to be some pendulums. Are you outspoken or are you straightforward?
Outspoken. Straightforward. If I was straightforward, I wouldn't be a poet. Because poets they tend to go around the thing all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and one thing, you know, I don't look at people in the eyes. So if maybe you feel like this brother is talking to me but he's not looking at me, I don't look at people in the eyes. I feel like the shit takes my soul away. But like I'm sorry for cursing. But like
saying the shit takes my soul away.
Yeah, well,
if you look someone straight in the eyes.
And I don't like giving too much of myself out there, you know, but it just so happens I'm an outspoken person.
Do you have siblings?
I have siblings. I have 4 brothers and 2 sisters, 3 brothers and 2 sisters. Yeah. Just those are my siblings. Not the eldest. Utobana umdala. Utobana is like the god.
Yeah. Are you the only person ekhayeni owumntu art?
No. Also, some actor. She's just beautiful. She's just amazing. Whatever in the art space. You know.
So uyamsiza yini phela ngicantsi wena mhlawumbe uunderstand kangcono futhi ufike kuqala la indimeni. Uyamkhombisa ukuthi imfethu.
Ama family dynamics ayakuvimba okuningi. You know, but ngiyazama ukuthi ngingenelele lapho engangenelela khona. Yabo, lapho engayenza khona umehluko ngingawenza. Yabo lo nto le kodwa angijahi futhi ngipush energy yami ngoba mina ngakubuyela esikoleni ukuthi ngikwazi ukufundela iarts.
Yeah.
So uzama akayifundela iarts. So angikholwa ukuthi angayenza anything artistic engaba proud of engayifundela ngearts. Ngifuna mina umuntu ozofundela iarts okhamba igazi lami. Ngiyabona abanye abantu odwa wasekhaya ozoyifundela mase yayenza. Yeah.
I conversation esengena abanayo le.
Uzama listen to your brother. Unfortunately, no.
Listen to your brother.
But she's really talented, you know. She's really beautiful and talented.
Mhlawumbe abantu abaningi mahlase ababuka lento nabazoyibuka ke. Bazobuza ukuthi hawo sahlala ocansini sambatha amabhayi.
Befana sihlale phansi le ndaba ezinkulu ngoba lento le ibuyela back to umphefumulo womuntu. Iy'nkondlo zisetshenziswa ngendlela ehlukene. Ziyasetshenziswa ukuthi mangabe kuzoba khona inkosi izongena endaweni kale haya inkondlo.
Yeah.
Shuthi ilungiselela umoya ukuthi ulungiseleleke ukuthi inkosi iqhamuke. And la sikhuluma ngani la emngomeni sikhuluma ngamakhosi.
Yeah.
So abantu abenza inkondlo ibona kahle kahle abantu abaxhumanisa amakhosi noNkulunkulu. Ngokwami ke mina ke ngokuchaza ngokwami mina ngizalwa eBisini.
Yeah.
eBisini ngokomlando umkhulu uNgqamana.
Ngqamana.
Wekade owusiba lenkosi uShaka. So lesithiyo lesihamba sizifike nala. So manje ngikwazi ukusilahlekela noma ngiqhelanise nondaba ezithi ngoba fanele ngasonke isikhathi kube mina nje
njengoba sihleli nathi lapha njengoba sihleli nje lapha
njengoba sihleli nje namhlanje
yimi njalo ke omele inkosi
enkulu indaba ezithi engabizwa ungangezwe la
no ngiyathokoza kakhulu and ke kuyangithokoza njalo mina abanye abantu ey'jwayele uyabazi ngokumkhomba umuntu lapha nokumlalela umuntu stage yabo kanti umuntu ngeke uzumazi apha nithula uzuhlale naye phansi kanje futhi ngifuna ukukuveza kubantu ukuthi ngathi ngikumema ngathi naye mfethu ngicela sihlaleni phansi ngiyafisa ukuke ngihlale nawe
yabo
wathona kimi indoda mina ngifuna sihlaleni phansi
literally
literal wathi nje ngifuna sihlaleni phansi mina
sizinze
sengiya-understanda ke manje izizathu zakho zokushona yindaba onothi uhlale phansi ubalule kakhulu kimi into wathi nayo ubaba wadlula ngo-2001 usakhona
umama naye udlule emhlabeni ngo-2008
ngiyabona la uthi une-tattoo
uyena lona ugugu uyena igama lakhe leli so isandla athi mengabe ehamba wagcina sibonile
isandla sakho lesaka left umuntu wena ozavela owayizoyibhala i-tattoo
no ngangeke ize ngiyibhale i-tattoo ubuhlungu ngangifuna ukuthi yabo budlule ama-tattoos singasho ukuthi a-addictive ngoba asemaningi manje yabo
bengathi ngizobuza ukuthi iyona kuphela yini
le is particularly for ukuthi in remembrance of my old lady and also to keep her spirits alive with me, and it's also on my left, symbolizing the left-hand side of my family.
Yes. Why do you write?
I write so that I can be able to express challenges that mental ill people face. I write to express challenges that spiritual people face. I write to express challenges that people in a daily life face, you know, because the poem I did earlier on, though I didn't finish it, goes on to continue speaking about issues about society, ngasekhaya, because that poem is directly for ngasekhaya, because it's on a little village, indawo ekhona ngasekhaya, hayi emabomvini but la eMlazi. So that poem, if the government is totally dedicated to, because that's how the people were feeling, and I'm just a mirror of that, you know, how they feel.
Wakhuluma indaba enkulu ke ngezimo nje sibhekene nazo South Africa 2 weeks ago. Abantu baphuma bavuka umbheshazana bagcwala istrata abantu.
Yeah, it calls for this.
Balwa abantu benzani wonke umuntu une perspective yakhe nendlela ay define ngayo indlela yokuphakama kwabantu bethi hayi kuukuthi manje njengoba ngikulalele into eyisho kule poem enze lokuqala nento oyirezayo manje ukuthi mina ngisukalana nasekhaya kwenzeka into ewukuthi kanje wena ngokwakho ke sithini state se society la usuka khona in terms of youth, do you think society is robekile somewhere, and what do you say about the leaders that we have currently? Because I heard you mentioning even some of the people in power as we speak right now.
I think secrecy destroys any democracy because of these secrets that our democracy holds. It's very hard for us to know the truths which will prune us from doing the things that we do. Destruction and looting is not an answer, you know, because we worked and struggled for the infrastructure that we have.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a certain thing that people tip, you know, like you shouldn't push people to, you know, and I feel like the government kind of pushed people to accepting a situation that they can't really be human in, you know, because like this is not human. So it's a result of superior powers that control the mind states of the individuals. I'm talking about your media, your school systems, your prisons, your hospitals, all these institutions that institutionalize we must worship this government because the government has become something to worship now, like our God. 350 is like world's biggest secret is guaranteed income. It's guaranteed income, and we're going to be enslaved for the next 6 years because every country that goes through something that we have went through takes 6 years to recover from it. The government was so quick to build stadiums
for the World Cup.
For the World Cup, the government was so quick to do anything, man, like that needs the world's attention, but it's not quick to address things that need the people who vote for the government's attention. You know, I feel like to answer you, a system here government our government is individuals per se, but the system in itself, the way that the system is structured, because if you drop rice la abantu namalambile bazodla bonke bula kanye kanye, and into ebuhlungu eyenzekayo South Africa ile yenza nala enkondlweni, yabo sizama sonke ukuphuma ngomnyango owodwa, yabo like izinkondlo zimnandi zama ukuthi siphume, yabo kathi endlini kuyasha la e-bathroom sifuna ukuphuma e-bathroom sonke mainstream, yabo sonke sifuna mainstream. Like it's the same thing with South Africa. We all want to, you know, get out of this through fraud, through like meaty and stuff, you know, doing crazy ass shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you want to make it, be a politician.
If you want to be a PE, take these things. If you want to do a drug deal, take the drugs, you know. It's been made so easy. And another thing that youth is that it's entitled. It's like
everything.
They have to do it for us. Otherwise, we're gonna bend the states. We have to. Nobody ain't supposed to do shit for ya. I'm so sorry. We are free. Supposed to do anything for you, man. Like our forefathers came, they fought, they died, we voted, we were free. Now, what do we do with the freedom? And I think we don't know what to do with the freedom. You know, that's why I'm writing so many expressive political poems to express my freedom of expression. So I want to demonstrate that to everybody so they can also feel free to be themselves. My job is to be myself, so I can inspire others to be themselves.
And you raised something very critical about it. I write to express my freedom of expression. I read a post on social media, I think yesterday night, ethi la South Africa mawuke wavuleleka wakhuluma ngento. Example, ungizo mkhulu. You get arrested, or something happens to you. Do you have that fear?
Angimasabi. To make it clear nje, angimasabi bonke WhatsApp, ngizoba bazosensa WhatsApp. Abasense.
Yeah.
So khuluma iqiniso whether balifakaza noma cha. Ngoba into engibukile ukuthi kubalekile ukuthi kusubstantiate ukuthi ihlelo lithizo lezindaba likushilo lokho okushoyo wena before abantu baze bakukhola ukuthi wena uthini ngalokho okwenzaka la ezweni. So naye umfowethu obekuleso simo leso ukuthi yena uthini
yena umbono wakho
bengakasha bezindaba ukuthi bathini. Kubalekile impela kusho bona kuqala ngabe ngoba khulume thina umphakathi.
Masekukhulume wena kuqala umphakathi.
Masekukhuluma wena umphakathi uyaboshwa. Abasense WhatsApp, abasense Facebook, mina amahlomo amaphuni ngeke ngizobatshela.
What is your take on media in South Africa?
I think media needs to play its role, right? There's nothing wrong with media in a systematic way, but I think it needs to address the right issues.
Yeah.
You know, like Konabantu who get degrees to go into the media space and the creative space, and then they don't come back to where they're from and tell those stories, and they go to PPC and work there. Abafet bebuye laba abagraduateile babuye bazoba ama journalist alana ukuze bakhuluma indaba zethu zalana. uyabo leyo nto le because khona lento abathi brain drain ayenzeki kodokotela kuphela yenzeka wonke umuntu wenza communication and uzomthatha China umthathe Australia umthathe yonke lamazwe lawa angakwazi ukukhuluma isilungu kahle azomthatha bese thina la saba nabantu abatalented aba creative abakwazi ukuxoxa izitori zethu.
Yeah, I know a lot of people abaphumile South Africa bayako China bofundisa isiZulu nesingisi bayako Saudi Arabia besamane ngimi-interviewile ayisengikhohluthe kodwa khona into ebengimi-interviewer ku-season 2 lo ongitshela ukuthi unomuntu amaziyo ose-Saudi Arabia ofundisa isiZulu and lo muntu uphila kamnandi kamnandi
right kakhulu ngale engalana. And another thing about the media is that although it is the fourth branch of the government, we know this, I speak on behalf of the people, not just the government. Ubona mangabe kuzoba khona uzovota qale kube khona inhlelo eziningi nje ikhuluma ngabo eziningi yabo lonto le manje
bavele sibabone besobala
vele basibona sobala mfethu yabo bangakho besidrayisela ngento engathishu ngoba siyazi ukuthi kwenzakalani ngekhodesi siyazi ukuthi ula kanjani yabo manje selokhu siye ngapha nangapha
igama lomuntu inkomo so omunye umuntu angaba interested ukuthi usuveza ama side manje ngithi how to akho you being a rap or hip hop artist and you being a poet.
Yes.
Yabo into engishoyo is there a point in time where you differentiate ukuthi mina manje ke sengila noma lesto lezi nawe uzenza ngesikhathi esifanayo noma khona isikhathi uthi hayi sengiyimbonge manje
ngiyirapper ingoma ye trap, can you believe it?
Yo,
I'm like yo umuntu omncane cousin wami usiyayo was like yo I want to do this song then I featured I sang because I sing.
I've seen that.
So I sang on the song and it came out nice and I was like yo, you know what, I'm gonna trap, but I'm not really a trapper. It was just that song and I think 2 more songs I did after that because it was a creative day. I don't plan, like I said, I don't really write like music or like I come and it comes.
Yeah.
Like that song was like, can't blame me man, this is all I know. The beat was like, I was making eggs and then I came into the bedroom and then I was like, can't blame me man, and niggas was like, yo, this is fire. And they recorded it. Yeah, so I have 2 other projects though. How to Love Pain, Volume 1 and the Poems and Dreams collection. It's only been out digitally, it has not been out a CD or anything. Like,
how can people get hold of that content?
On SoundCloud. As Sfundo, the Village Kid, you'll find music and poetry. I do everything, you know, like you can't box me. Like if you want to call me out for a gig, that's where I need to maybe rap. Well, if you call me out for a gig where I need to do poems, I'll do poems. Yeah, I mean anything, sing, all that. I'm a virtuoso.
No, but you are doing very great things, and I like you for being confrontational. Waqonda ama issues kanje.
Bazokhuluma.
Exactly my point.
Babekhuluma ngicela bangalokho besaba nabo ngoba bamphakathi. Sina masikhuluma ngasiyahlanya, sesiboshwe. Ngoba manje sikhulumela abantu abasiphikayo.
The very same society ehlala la emafonini. Babhale ngo-WhatsApp uthi hayi ukuthi Sfundo kodwa mase kuthiwa akuliwe do abantu bathona. Ngiyazi mhlawumbe khona into oyiphethe yomsebenzi ongasithi task ngayo.
Inkondlo ehlela kumina. Awuma sengishona. Ngiyosho ukuthi awubheka ngani ibhuku. Awona leyo le.
Awunabhuku phela kwa?
Anginalo ibhuku. Ibhuku ngizolenza base enene sengikwazi kibe le discipline yane yokuthi ngibhale inkondlo ecategorizekayo ukuthi le ingothando mhlawumbe zu6 zingothando mhlawumbe zonkulunkulu yabo zu60 nazo njengo Rumi yabo. Anyway, asenze ni poem. Ngelinye ilanga phansi kwesihlahla behlebelana nondalo siphunga sibuyekeza ikusasa ngesasasa elilifumbethe kwewathatha amaqabunga saphunga sacosha okusanhlamvana sezwa nombilini ukhuphuka siqi sami sokuphila ngasiva ngaphakathi kuhle komntwana esibelethweni sikanina ukuphila kwaphakade okutholakala phakathi kokuhlukana kwamoya nomzimba ukuzila okwenyama okwesikhashana uthola ukuphila kwaphakade siphakamisa umveli ngobubanzi kuhle kweyihlabathi zolwandle nenhlamvelanga seyifiphela sikhulekela uba sigcine singabantwana bokukhanya kulo mhlaba ogcwele ubumnyama nezilingo ezaphicwa abadala ipeni lamsoze wahlukanisa nokubhala inhliziyo yami nokuthanda inezilonda mihla namalanga iyopha uketshezi lokuloba njalo mangiqopha qale ngiqikelela imqingo ngicabanga iqhinga lonqanda ukugobhoza kwemizwa ngenashoba ngoba kwafika mina ngelinye ilanga ephusheni ukuba imelezo yangasenhla ayifiki kulo osaphila enyameni ubizo lokucobelela ulwazi ngobuciko isiphiwo sokuxhumanisa imiphefumulo kamoya umlilo ovutha ngaphakathi kimi awusoze wacisha ubizo. So
you can't box this guy. You can't box this guy. You really can't box this guy. It's Gisakon Zod.
Yeah. Like towards a languages and literature degree.
Yeah.
I major both in English and Zulu. And so I wanted to balance my mom because she had a passion for poetry and my dad who had a passion for just sports and me being a superstar. He just wanted me to be that. So it's cool.
And I'm sure he's proud. You are a superstar.
Well, yeah.
You are a
yeah,
superstar.
because of shows like the shows you do, we as bedroom poets are becoming celebrity poets.
Yeah.
Do you see that? I don't think they see that, man. I don't think they see that.
No, but
I don't think they see that, man.
And
Angibonga mina mfethu.
Abantu umsebenzi wakho uthi abawuthola kuphi?
Uthola ekhaya ngoba ngisho ngathi konke ngiyamhlela kumina. So angeke I own my masters. I own me.
If you want umsebenzi waSfundo, buza address yakhe.
Come to village. Ngiyadlala. I Sfundo the village kid on Sfundo is in something like an Android, like iPhones. The name came through during the iPhone thing.
Oh yeah.
So like it's something we don't know what to call. Is Sfundo. So I Sfundo. While you Intogozo, yabo he Shiwe, he yabo we something. I mean Sfundo, the village kid. Sfundo the village kid on SoundCloud, the village kid on YouTube, Audio Mac. Where? Yeah.
And everywhere.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much everywhere. So Spotify, yeah, Spotify.
That is where people would get to see the content we release. Is there any upcoming projects of Wakat?
Yes, hear it from me. You're gonna hear from me. There's something I'm going to give you guys on the 14th of December. It's not an EP. It's not a poem, banban. It's just how I feel about things, and it's gonna be something special. I can't really say much about it, but it's coming out on my son's birthday on the 14th of September. I have twins. I have sons and daughters.
Is it plural?
Yes. About 4. I have 2 girls, Azanya and Sintu, and then I have the boys Mandulo and Kondlo.
Izinkondlo.
Yes, as in poetry.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah. I made 2 people at the same time.
Wow.
I still can't believe it. Every time I look at myself, I'm like, you get them in. But I made 2 people. How God is, he must be an atom that breaks into 2 for real. Like how they describe in Egyptian mythology, how the world was really populated. So which says something about me and the godly realm. But anyway, that's a story for another day.
For another day. I can promise you, South Africa, I'm still going to call this guy again. I want to sit with this guy again.
14th of September, heard it from me.
14th of September.
Yeah, you're gonna be hearing something new. But it's something controversial, but from me.
No.
Ngivana lapho.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu mfowethu Mahlase ngokuthi nje usiphe ithuba usamukele ukuthi sihlale nawe sixoxeni kanjena futhi nginakho ukuthi baningi abanye abantu abamaziyo nje uSfundo abamaziyo uVillage Kid abamaziyo uMahlomeka.
Yes.
Abangakazi kodwa abahlale naye phansi bethola ukuthi bemazi kanje. Futhi nginakho ukuthi kuningi okunye abantu esisazobaxoxela kona ngawe. Emva ukuba sebebone lo msebenzi lesi iqophe namhlanje kanje nokulalela lo msebenzi futhi osazophuma ngomhla ka14 nawo wonke lo munye okhona no sabonga kakhulu. Please don't stop liking, sharing, subscribing, follow the Village Kid. iy'nkondlo ziyaphilisa sanithanda kakhulu noma sebekuphikisa uzobatshela ukuthi iy'nkondlo ziyaphilisa. Thank you.
Yeah, I like this. Noma sebekuphikisa ubayitshela ukuthi iy'nkondlo ziyaphilisa. Yo.
Thank you.